everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am sharing with you 8 meal ideas, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and dessert. And the best part is these are all meals that you can have at home or on the go, and I use the TikTok tortilla trend as my inspiration just to make it a little more fun for both me and for you all. If you really like today's video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And with all that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so for the first breakfast recipe, I just have a bowl, and I'm gonna start by making some potato pancakes. This is the mix that I'm using. It's super easy too. All I have to do is pour the mix in, add some eggs, and then some water. You let it sit for a little bit, and it'll thicken up, and it's foolproof. Honestly, foolproof. I've never messed this up, and even if they're too liquidy or too thick, they always come out tasty, so that's really what's important to me. And then I'm just taking about a 1/4 cup measuring spoon and putting them on my griddle. These are traditionally fried with oil, but we just do this to be a tiny bit more healthy. And then we let them sit for 3 to 5 minutes with our griddle on about 350, and they come out perfectly golden on each side. And then next, I am taking 2 eggs and I am adding a little bit of salt and oat milk until they are completely homogenized. Once I have this all whisked together, I'm actually just going to pour it into the bottom of a very nicely coated pan. Go ahead, spray that first because you do not want this sticking. And then I just want there to be a nice thin layer that takes up the entire bottom of the pan. And then I decided I wanted to add a little bit of cheese here to kind of act as like a glue, but also to add flavor. And then I'm letting this sit for a couple minutes, and then I'm gently, very gently placing the tortilla on top of the egg, being careful not to press down because I don't want to displace any of the uncooked egg. Real quickly, we're just going to go ahead and cook up some turkey bacon on the griddle. Back over to the stove, I am just going to flip this over and let it cook on the tortilla side down just to get that a little golden. And then over here, I'm going to cut it with some scissors because I'm lazy and this just seemed easier. And then I added a potato pancake, some turkey bacon, and sour cream. And I originally only did this into thirds because I thought the egg would make it too thick to do 4. But after I folded it, I actually saw that there was tons of room in there. I probably could have done 4ths. So I just went ahead and sprinkled in some extra cheese because, I mean, there's no such thing as too much cheese. And then we cut it in half just so you could really see all the layers. And look how yummy this looks. This was my personal favorite recipe that we made. Moving on to the second breakfast, I am just going to slice up some avocado here and then save the second half. Alright, and I have 2 tortillas here. I already pre-sliced them halfway down, and I'm just going to add avocado to both into 1/4 of it. And then I'm going to use some of that turkey bacon from the other recipe, some cheese, and then I'm using an over easy egg here. And I purposely put the avocado and the egg on the same side so that when I fold them in, they're the last 2 ingredients that are going to be on top of the heat, meaning the cheese and the bacon are going to be closest to the heat. And I did this because I didn't want the egg to cook too much because we are putting this back on the pan just to make sure that the cheese does get melted and kind of acts as our glue to hold the whole tortilla together. You got 2 minutes of my time. Voila, here is how it turned out, and I'm serving this with some leftover potato pancakes and some fresh fruit. This was also so very yummy. First lunch recipe, I am actually going to just slice up a banana into little coins and then put that into 1/4 of the tortilla. Next, you just want to take some of your favorite jam or jelly. I'm using strawberry jam because that's my favorite, some Jif peanut butter, and we're kind of making like a faux PB&J, but with a twist by adding the banana and then also by adding some granola here. This was actually a lunch that I packed Chance for a rehearsal that he had, and I will tell you the honey does not travel well. It does completely slide out of here, so if you are going to pack it, I would just omit the honey, but if you're eating it at home, definitely add the honey. It's a great sweetness and it does help kind of smooth out the texture of the granola. And then I packed him it with some pretzels, some hummus, and then some dried fruit and fresh fruit. Just watch me break in. You're sweet. You're falling into me, touch me. I swear you would do anything that I want. So keep us awake till the dawn. to our second lunch. I'm gonna go ahead and slice up my tortilla, and then I'm taking my favorite Bolthouse dressing. I have been telling you guys about this in so many of my videos, and I'm putting that on 1/4, and then again, I was being lazy, so I just kind of smeared it around in the tortilla. And then I'm taking some provolone cheese. You can use whatever you have on hand, and then some fresh deli sliced turkey that I got from my local grocery store. And then I'm using that other half of the avocado, putting that on the final fourth. The avocado with the avocado cilantro lime dressing. Chef's kiss. It was amazing. Highly recommend it. And then I just went ahead, folded it up like they do, and then I served this with some fresh fruit and then some of my favorite Good Thins gluten-free crackers. This is in the barbecue flavor. Definitely recommend those as well.
Just watch me break it.
First up for dinner, we're just going to start by grounding up some turkey. You can use chicken, beef, or even tofu, whatever you'd prefer. And then I'm using one of my favorite kitchen gadgets, which is this clip-on strainer. It just makes life so much easier, and you can just drop it off right at the sink. And then I'm taking some taco seasoning and a little bit of water, and then cooking this all together. And then that's pretty much it for the ground beef or ground turkey or chicken or whatever you made. And then I'm taking a tortilla, and then I'm going to put the taco meat on 1/4. And then this is kind of where you have, you know, dealer's choice. We're taking some salsa, some sour cream, and some cheese, but you can do tomato, lettuce, whatever you prefer, honestly. And then once you're done putting all of your toppings on, you're just gonna fold it up into the quarters. And then I like to make the cheese the final fold that I use, just so it can be my glue to kind of help it all stay together. And then I do cheese side down onto the pan, and then I let this cook for a couple minutes on each side. And then this is Chance making his version, which is basically all the same ingredients, just a whole lot of cheese and whatever order he wanted, you know? There's really no rules to it. I just like to have some kind of order in the things I do, but you do whatever you like, add whatever toppings, and then this is how it turned out, and we're even gonna do a little taste test here for you. So we have our taco tortillas ready?
Yep, ready.
Cheers! I think this tastes better than just a taco. Sorry for talking a mouthful. This is like everything you love about a burrito, taco, and quesadilla in one. Minus the beans. We should have done beans. That would have been smart.
Is your middle name Taco Bell?
No.
Because this is good. This is just like Taco Bell.
He's like the worst at dad jokes. The worst!
Hi, my name's Chance. I'm married to Kiana. This taco is delicious.
And for our second dinner recipe, my husband went ahead and grilled up some chicken for me, and then I'm slicing up a tomato. I'm only using one slice, but I wanted to get like one really good slice, but you'll just need as many slices as you are making these tortilla things. And then I'm saving the second half, and then basically I'm taking some pesto here. This is the Aldi's brand, and I'm putting that on 1/4, and then I have my tomato slice. I'm adding some chicken, and then my last quarter is actually going to be some shredded mozzarella. I went with shredded instead of fresh mozzarella just because I was scared that fresh might be a little too watery and make this a little soggy, especially with the tomato. So whatever you prefer, and then this way I can also get my mozzarella to kind of be like more of a glue like I've been talking about to hold it all together, and then cook on each side. And then the second one here is actually one without tomato because I don't like tomatoes, so I made one of each, but they were both super yummy. Chance said that this one was his favorite recipe of the entire video. It was super yummy, and you can serve this with sides too. Moving on to desserts, I'm super excited for this. So for the first one, we're doing a s'mores. I'm using some leftover Easter chocolate, some melted butter and marshmallows, some peanut butter, and then a graham cracker. I'm starting off by putting my graham cracker in a plastic bag and then taking the back of a spoon and just crushing it up, just so I can kind of make like a graham cracker crust. Then I'm taking these crumbs and adding them to my melted butter, and then I'm gonna stir it all together until I get it all into one consistency. Then I'm melting down my Easter chocolate a little bit in the microwave, and then I have all of my s'mores ingredients. And then you can just start piling this up. My inspiration for this was like putting a Reese's peanut butter cup into a s'mores, which is why I added the peanut butter. And then I'm putting the marshmallows on one of the end flaps of the tortilla so that it can be my glue for this recipe. And then once all that's done, I'm just gonna put it on the pan, cook it on both sides, and I will show you what this dessert looks like at the end. And for our final recipe and our second dessert, I'm taking some coffee grounds. I actually used instant coffee in here. I recommend just using normal coffee grounds. I'm taking some banana coins and then some cinnamon sugar, and I'm sprinkling that on top. Then I had some leftover of this melted Easter chocolate, so I'm using that, and then some peanut butter. This one's a little weird, but I just love all these flavors and they complement each other so well. So I went ahead and tried this, and then we did grill it on both sides for a couple minutes, and it came out really good, especially those caramelized bananas with the sugar. And then here is the pull part for the s'mores one. This one was honestly our favorite of the two desserts. That was all 8 recipes. Thank you all so much for joining me. If you liked today's video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below for more content. I can't wait to see you all in the next one. If you try any of my recipes out, don't forget to tag me on my Instagram. I will go ahead and leave that up in the corner for you. Thank you all for supporting. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.